I told you there is one thing that can really get in the way of you stepping up to grow? Would you take action? Well, it turns out there is one simple thing that may be a significant predictor of whether you will develop any skill or grow to reach your full potential. I'm Dr. John Izzo, and I'm in the business of conversations that make the difference. And one of the conversations I'd like to have with you today is about one mindset that you must have if you want to grow. In my book, Stepping Up, and our program based on that book, we talk about how each of us must take up the challenge to step up and grow and develop. And we reference the fascinating work of Carol Dueck at Stanford on a concept she calls mindset. Because it turns out that our mindset about ourselves is a pretty good predictor of whether we will grow or develop any particular skill or aptitude. Let me illustrate. On the screen right now, I'd like you to look at the two symbols you see on the screen and ask yourself, how with just one line could you change this to the number 6? Take a moment, see if you can solve it. Well, the simple answer is to put an S, one line, at the beginning. Now, in our program, Stepping Up, we find that about 85% of attendees, including me the first time I saw it, are unable to solve this simple puzzle. And the reason is simple, because when we see these numbers, we think of Roman numerals rather than letters. Our mindset gets in the way of our action. Now, what Carol Dueck has discovered is that there are basically two kinds of mindsets that people have about themselves. The first is what she calls a fixed mindset, where we believe we have a fixed set of skills and aptitudes. This is kind of just who I am. The second is what she calls a flexible or growth mindset, where we pretty much believe with hard work we can develop most any skill and aptitude that we want to. Now, the fascinating thing is that she has discovered that our mindset is a strong predictor of whether we will actually develop a skill. So if, for example, I have a mindset about myself that I am not a people person, that very mindset gets in the way of me becoming a people person. And it raises an interesting question. What are some of the mindsets that you have about yourself? It might be that you're not artistic or musical, that you're not an assertive person or good at public speaking. And based on the research on mindset, most any skill and aptitude can be developed as long as we have a mindset that we believe we can change. Let me give you a practical example from my own life about how mindset works. For years, I told myself I was not a good networker, which is not a good thing when you run your own business. And I pretty much believed that I simply did not have networking in me. Because I had that mindset, I rarely put myself in positions where I had to network. When I did try to network and it didn't go well, I would say to myself, see, you just aren't very good at it. I wouldn't check books out of the library on being a good networker or attend seminars on networking because I simply believed it was not in me in the first place. My mindset actually kept me from even trying, even though objectively, I think you'll agree with me, anyone can learn to network. So what is a mindset you have about yourself that needs to be challenged? In our Stepping Up program being used by companies like Qantas and Washington Gas, we ask people to fill in this blank. I am not, and then encourage them to add the word yet. I am not a good networker yet. I am not a great people person yet. I am not an assertive person yet. I am not good at sales yet. Because it turns out our mindset is the best predictor of whether we will step up to grow at all. So what is a mindset you need to challenge about yourself? I'm Dr. John Izzo. Keep on leading.